Entrepreneurs. Steve Jobs called them the crazy ones. I sometimes wonder what he would call the men and women who bet on them, believe in their ideas, their passion, their tenacity, their courage and their vision. What do you call the men and women who put their money where their mouth is and bet on someone else's enterprise? We at CNBC TV18 call them India's angels. India's tryst with liberalization began more than 2 decades ago, but its entrepreneurial ecosystem is far from adequate. Angel investing is just about beginning in India, and angels fear to tread mostly because of legal constraints which make both investing and exits cumbersome. But we are beginning to see winds of change. 2012 was without a doubt the most difficult year the Indian economy has seen in a decade. The world's second fastest growing economy was let down by a weak political class, and the India story quickly began to unravel. While cautious foreign investors pulled back, large domestic conglomerates threatened to look outside. But in the midst of the gloom and doom, there was a small glimmer of hope.
You can build a company in India with around $1 million.
There is this whole Silicon Valley influence, right? So that's also influencing the young startup mentality in India.
14-15 companies a year versus 5 companies a year on an average tells you the potential and the fast growth that this is going to create.
So let's study Singapore, let's look at the Jobs Act, and let's see how we can put things together to really accelerate the ecosystem.
Being a businessman was almost a bad word.
Differentiation came when we stopped using the term businessman and we started using the term entrepreneur.
Traditionally, rich companies never wanted not rich to get into the rich category, so they never were supportive of those people.
I went through that journey myself. Obviously helps me in helping entrepreneurs today.
No matter how well you're doing on your way, if you run out of money, that's the death of your idea.
Kudos to CNBC TV18. It is programs like this that will make the people who watch think to say there's something needs to be done, and maybe some action will start. That will be the catalyst for making this happen.
So we thought the time is right to bring this small but significant community of investors together to find a method in their madness, encourage and inspire others, and find hope where there is despair.
On the show this week, meet a team of equals at Inventus Capital Partners. Investing in India since 1993, early-stage investment firm Inventus Capital Partners focuses on tech-based startups across sectors. With an average ticket size of $1 million to $2 million in the first round of funding, Inventus claims to have created over $30 billion in aggregate wealth and market value for entrepreneur founders and shareholders. One of the most active VC firms in 2012, it invested in 4 new companies, 3 follow-on rounds, and raised $70.3 million for its second fund. With a portfolio of 18 companies, Inventus wants to create great companies investing in Indian talent, markets and aspirations.
An entrepreneur has to be above all a salesperson. The entrepreneur who is not able to sell will not survive for very long.
In 2001, we would quite often see entrepreneurs saying, I think I have this great idea, will you fund me, then I'll leave my job. I think those things have gone. People are coming out, willing to take the risk and get started.
I do not have a natural tendency to interfere. As I like to say, tell my entrepreneurs, 80% of the time I don't think the battle is worth fighting.
Apart Apart from their passion for investing, what Sameer and Parag also have in common is an MBA from IIM Bangalore.
My enduring memories of sports are two. Football, where I saved a penalty and redeemed myself, and hockey, where I let a goal go between my pads, which were cardinal sins.
I was kind of, I don't know, I went into IIM thinking that I would do, I wanted to be a finance guy. Marketing somehow I ignored. I passed, I got a B, but I didn't internalize anything. I thought it was a flippant subject, which it is not, obviously. So.
But it's not just their alma mater that binds this group together. The glue really is their passion for all things tech, a passion nurtured on IIT campuses in Bombay and Delhi.
There's one thing common between three of us, we are all IITians.
But Delhi is better.
I think that's a starting point. I am not a details person. I am a big picture, but I was not the person who would be able to negotiate a deal, write the term sheets. I am very aggressive and optimistic in my thinking. Sameer is probably more, even tempered. Parag and John are a little bit more realistic, and yeah.
If I were to say what Kanwal looks for in a business, I think he's basically evaluating the entrepreneur. What Sameer, I think, brings to the table, for example, is a vast network. He's very well known in the startup world, and that is a very good network to have. My approach to business, given my training, has been through the numbers side. So I understand operations from the numbers side.
So if I were to add, I think Parag is very clearly able to identify and prevent us from getting carried away. So for example, when the e-commerce hype was happening, I think it was Parag's vast experience that told us, I've seen this movie before, this will stop, this music will stop, and we'll be left without a chair, and that served us very well.
A team, B idea is better than a B team, A idea. So I think that all of us believe in consistently, because markets change, things happen, and A team will respond, B team doesn't, or is slow in responding, not good at responding. So team is the most important criteria. After that filter is passed, you come to the market space.
And the team was what they invested in at etechies as well. Established in 2010, etechies is the first organized player in the post-warranty tech support and repair market for PCs and tablets.
Expectation on sales? Okay.
Rohit Chaudhary of etechies says they were asked tough questions about their expansion plans, but it was their commitment to the business that convinced Inventus.
I think in our case, before a VC actually came in, for good 22 months, the founders had not taken one penny from the as a salary from the company. So it was a great, exhibition of commitment, conviction, of standing up and saying that, hey, listen, we are going to do it. And we have actually done pretty well if you look at it. Even post Series A, as a company, we have grown 400%.